I've seen everything. Oh, Kung Fu Hustle I haven't seen.
Kung Fu Hustle. Fucking,
That's
a
good movie.
That's a fucking banger.
I mean, it looks fucking awesome already.
It's like, to me, it's like one of the closest you could possibly get to real life anime.
Right.
it's somehow wacky. It's a wacky live action kind of slapstick.
Well, what it does is that it does to parody martial arts movies.
Yeah.
It just makes a martial arts movie that is just an anime.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
All the characters are like, I have this power, and then they do like all weird fucking spells and shit.
Yeah. So the premise of this movie is like there's like this like axe gang, right? This very famous gang, and for some reason they invade this very, very small village that nobody's heard of, and it's just like this secret village where coincidentally a lot of martial arts masters have just like is all situated in this one city.
I love it already.
So what happens is, firstly, they find 3 martial arts masters who just happen to live in the city. They didn't know they lived in the city. Like one person was just like I think like a barber or something, or
It's been so long since I watched.
it's been so long, yeah. But
The noodle store.
oh yeah, one was the noodle store guy.
The tailor.
Oh, the tailor, yeah.
One was the coolie, like the laborer.
Damn, you remember the story. You remember this better than me, Ashley.
Were you in the movie?
And so after they find out these 3 martial arts masters are in this village, they were like, well, we got to send assassins to assassinate them.
Right.
So they send assassins to like get rid of these 3 martial arts masters. And then it turns out that there are even more like higher up martial arts masters just living in there.
It's a pyramid.
It's a hierarchy. Pyramid. And so like they just find out like more OP people just keep fucking invading this village, and they keep like more OP heroes just keep coming out of the woodworks. It's fucking great.
It's just literally just escalation.
Yeah,
That
It's
sounds so good.
It's such a fun
Why have I
movie.
not heard of this movie?
It's really, if you watch martial arts movies,
Yeah, which I used to.
Yeah,
like,
you'll know about this because
Yeah.
like it's.
Well,
very
that's the thing. Is
famous.
like during high school, I had like a massive like spree of just watching every Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
and like all the martial arts movies I could think of.
Same
But, like,
here.
Yeah, same.
But I never heard of this one for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you did go through that martial arts phase, this is like one of the peak of just. It knows the genre so well that it kind of parodies itself,
Right,
but
right.
at the same time takes itself 100% seriously.
Right.
It's just one of the best.
I'd
Kind
argue
of,
that's the best kind of movie.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It does everything well for a martial arts movie, and that's why I love it. It's got the wacky fights, and it's got like the really well choreographed fights as well.
Right.
But speaking of martial arts fights that defined my childhood,
Yeah.
Rush Hour.
Yeah. Speaking of Jackie Chan, there he is right there.
What can you say?
I wish there was more Rush Hour. I need the dynamic.
Yeah, man.
I really think that the Rush Hour series was what got me into the whole martial arts genre to begin with. Right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe same. I don't know. It was so funny. My friend showed me it when I was like really young, and I just fucking fell in love with it. Like, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker is a dynamic that on paper should never work. They should never have the chemistry that they do, but they have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I've rewatched Rush Hour 1 and 2, especially in my childhood, is just like uncountable. I actually don't know how many times I've rewatched it, because it defined like a good like 5-year period of my life, because that was what started my martial arts phase, where I just watched so many different martial arts movies. It's because of Rush Hour.
Jackie Chan is very, very funny.
Yeah. Oh, I'd argue he's one of the most charismatic actors out there.
I feel like in that's carried by Jackie Chan, like how good he is at playing like dumb.
Yeah.
He's so good in this.
Yeah.
Like,
But him playing off Chris Tucker, it's just
Chris
amazing.
Tucker's just Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
and then
He's just
Jackie
funny
Chan-
by himself.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan is also like funny by himself for like a completely different reason. It's a completely clash of styles. But like I remember when I was doing during the not the Anime Awards, the Trash Taste Awards, when I was doing the Pizza Crust I Have a Dream speech, right?
Yeah.
People were just like, "Wow, Gant's really parodying
I'm just
Martin
saying-
Luther King really well." And I'm just like, I actually just took that speech from Rush Hour 2 when Chris Tucker did it at the
literally
casino scene.
all of your fucking jokes and everything just come from fucking movies.
Everything you hear on Geargurk is just movie quotes.
This is the sequel coming out, right? When I'm just like, these are the movies I've rewatched so many times that they're just ingrained in my mind.
Right.
Was Rush Hour 2 the best one?
I think it was.
What was the plot of Rush Hour 2? Is the Paris one?
No, that was Rush Hour 3. That Rush Hour.
I love how he just immediately knows. It's like, yeah, that's Rush Hour 3.
I can't remember a distinction between any of them. They're all just one
All
in
of the
my
Rush
head.
Hours kind of just blend together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Rush Hour 1 and 2 were the good ones.
Was 3 bad? I don't think 3
I
was
think
bad.
3 was average.
3 was kind of like the contested
I
one.
mean, Jackie Chan was getting like a little bit old when Rush Hour 3 happens. So he you could tell that he couldn't do as many stunts as he could do. Rush Hour 1 and 2, I feel like was Jackie Chan more like he could get away with more
was in
things.
his prime.
I don't know if it was his prime, but it was definitely closer to his
the back
prime.
end of his prime.
Yeah, I think his prime was in like 1990.
But yeah, I remember. I don't know why, but I remember as a kid, I slightly preferred Rush Hour 2. I think that was the slightly better movie. But I mean, Rush Hour 1 is still fucking brilliant as well.